When gone am I, the last of the Jedi shall you be. That's what Yoda told Luke right before he died in Return of the Jedi. Since then, we've learned that what Yoda said was true from a certain point of view. From a different point of view, Yoda doesn't know how to count. The biggest retcon in Star Wars history has been underway since at least 2014, and now the Bad Batch has illuminated a key detail about Order 66 that pretty much changes everything we thought we knew about the Jedi after Revenge of the Sith. In The Mandalorian Season 2 alone, set just 5 years after Yoda's death, we have Grogu, who has been alive for 50 years, as well as Ahsoka Tano, who has been a Jedi since way before Order 66 happened. In the Mando episode titled The Jedi, Ahsoka tells Din Djarin there aren't many Jedi left. Now Ahsoka doesn't give an exact number, but not very many is certainly a bigger number than Yoda's 1. When there weren't prequels and sequels and spin-off TV shows, we took Yoda as his word in Return of the Jedi. But assuming we count Ahsoka as a Jedi, she self-identifies as such in Mando, and also counting Leia, there are at least 4 Last Jedi hanging around in the galaxy after Yoda dies. Ahsoka, Ezra Bridger, and of course the Skywalker twins. Could there be others? Had a certain animated Jedi not died just before Episode 4, there would be closer to 5 active Jedi around in between the beginning of A New Hope and the start of The Mandalorian. And the example of how Star Wars Rebels hero Kanan Jarrus escaped Order 66 in the debut episode of The Bad Batch point toward even more secret Jedi running around out there in the Star Wars universe. Before The Bad Batch, we knew that Kanan Jarrus escaped Order 66 because his master, Depa Billaba, sacrificed her life to save his. Back then, he was known as Caleb Doom, but he obviously changed his name to stay alive once the Empire got going, and being a Jedi was basically illegal. Kanan's escape from Order 66, as depicted in The Bad Batch, adds a new layer to the previously established story. He didn't just survive Order 66 because his master held off the clone troopers while he ran away. Caleb Doom survived Order 66 because some clone troopers, specifically the members of the Bad Batch, managed to circumvent their inhibitor chips and not murder the Jedi. So, in at least one instance of Order 66, we specifically saw clone troopers choose to let the Jedi live. Clone Force 99 is supposedly unique because they were defective clones. We know their story of sparing Jedi during Order 66 is not unique. In the Bad Batch Episode 2, the Batch catches up with a former trooper named Cut. This clone was introduced in the Clone Wars episode The Deserter, and in the Bad Batch it's made pretty clear that he was able to circumvent the inhibitor chip too. In the Rebels episode The Last Commanders, we reunite former clone troopers Rex, Wolf, and Gregor in the final of the Clone Wars. We specifically watch Ahsoka remove Rex's chip to prevent him from carrying out Order 66, but it's less clear what happened with Wolf and Gregor. The existence of these clones disobeying Order 66 proves there's a pattern here. Since Rebels, Star Wars canon has been slowly walking back to the severity of Order 66. In fact, you could even argue that this retcon predates Rebels, since Ahsoka was introduced in the Clone Wars in 2008 and then was conveniently kicked out of the Jedi before Order 66 happened. As far as secret Jedi who we'd never heard of in the movies, Ahsoka is Patient Zero. Last year, we finally got to see how Ahsoka survived Order 66 in the long-awaited final season of the Clone Wars. But since her introduction, the vast majority of new Star Wars TV series have been focused on the existence of secret Jedi. In fact, it's a safe bet that we will either meet another secret Jedi in the Bad Batch or during the events of Obi-Wan Kenobi. Everything we've learned about Order 66 from the Clone Wars and now, the Bad Batch tells us it was sloppy. Presumably, this is what Darth Vader was for. The Emperor sent him and the Inquisitors to bat clean up. So because the Bad Batch takes place right after Order 66, the idea that we will meet some secret Jedi stragglers, as Obi-Wan called them in the Sith, feels likely. Based on the track record of how much Star Wars loves secret Jedi in the TV series, if there's not at least one more secret Jedi on the Bad Batch, it would be weird. On top of that, all of this Order 66 sloppiness means there could be a decent number of secret Jedi running around during the events of Obi-Wan Kenobi. Ewan McGregor has already gone on record saying he's rehearsing some lightsaber fights. Could some of those be against former Jedi, or is he fighting alongside them? Obi-Wan Kenobi takes place about 8 years after the Revenge of the Sith, which will put it about 7 or 8 years after the Bad Batch. Conceivably, if there are more secret Jedi who survived Order 66, they could be revealed in the Bad Batch and then revisited on Kenobi. Yoda may have played around with the truth about the numbers of Jedi left in the galaxy, but we know the original king of lying about the remaining Jedi was old Ben himself. This article was written by Ryan Britt from Inverse.
You have failed me for the last time.